interaction, and as it plays out, it creates that sort of confusion, where sometimes you can't tell whether this is him contacting you as an overall overseer or as a girlfriend to help me there, I need this. Do you accept that?
I accept.
Brigadier, I think you do more than just create confusion, because you, according to these chats on page 32, you have a call with Mr. Madlanga at 11:26. And then the next thing that happens is you say ballistic EC. So, and he knows, he must know what you're talking about when you say ballistic EC. You've just had a call with him. So I think it is reasonable, at least for me, to say your ballistic EC had something to do with the call that you just had. Do you accept that's a fair way of dealing with this? Okay. And then he sends you a question mark thereafter. And then you tell him, you answer his question mark. You say, outstanding biological monitoring. So you provide him with information. He's not asked you. He doesn't say, at least not on the WhatsApp chats, it doesn't say something about outstanding biological monitoring. What this suggests so far is that you volunteer information following your call. You volunteer something ballistic EC. His question mark may mean you're not clear. He doesn't fully understand what you're conveying. And then you tell him what it is. You say, outstanding biological monitoring. And then you go on to say, I do not have a list because it's not from my environment. So you tell him there's outstanding biological monitoring, but you can't provide him with a list. He doesn't ask you for a list after you say biological going to give him a list, except it's not your environment, so you can't do it. Then he says, can you send the date when the medical was conducted? You say doctor's signature is 28 November, and we've agreed it must be 2024, not 2025. So even though it's not your environment, you have gone into the system to find the date, because you've just said to him it's not your environment. You can't give him information. So we know that what is accessible to you in your environment doesn't contain this information. That's why you can't give him a list. But you have the date. It must mean that you went into that environment, which is not yours, into their system, to see the date, to give it to him. That's what this sequence conveys, unless you give another explanation.
No comment, Commissioner.
Good morning, Brigadier.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Is it fair to conclude that if Mr. Madlanga was not your boyfriend, this sort of communication would not be happening with you, but would be happening with people who are responsible for this line function?
No, it's not fair. I'm dealing with different service providers. I'm communicating with them whenever they are having challenges or when they want to inquire about something.
On similar issues?
As a health risk manager, I'm talking about
Yes.
other service providers, maybe your waste removal contract,
Yes.
or your occupational exposure limit contract. Is different service providers.
Yes, so if they have issues with billing, for example, and billing correctly and submitting proper lists and submitting things about the work that they have done, do they normally communicate with you?
No, they don't.
Yes. And do they do it on WhatsApp when they communicate with you? Or is it usually on email?
No, even on WhatsApp, they do communicate.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe just to complete after you said no comment, I put to you what I say these WhatsApps convey, and you said no comment, and I just want to conclude it by saying that no comment in this case, I take it you accept what I say they convey because you don't have a comment about it. And that's the basis on which I will treat your response as well. You accept what I've put to you that these WhatsApp messages convey.
I'm not accepting, Commissioner, and the reason for me saying no comment is when you are saying there's a system, I went into the system. We don't have a system that keeps this information.
Okay, maybe then let's explore that further. Where this is not your environment, how would you have known the doctor's signature date of 28 November 2024 for an area that doesn't fall within your space? Eastern Cape Ballistics EC, I think it's Eastern Cape, Outstanding Biological Monitoring. How would you have known that signature if you are dealing with something that doesn't belong to your area?
Sometimes when there's a challenge, there's 3 brigadiers in our environment that are managing this. Sometimes when there's a problem or a challenge or whatever, or anything that must be communicated to us, an email will be sent to the 3 of us.
No, but you don't have information, you don't have a list. And you say sometimes, you're not saying that was the case here. Can we just clarify that? That you're not saying to us now that you got this information about the doctor's signature, that you got that from an email that was sent to you and the other 3 brigadiers or was sent by 3 brigadiers. You're not saying that.
When medicals are conducted, it's not a list, you'll get a COF. It might be that on 1249, can you send the date when the medical was conducted? It might be a different topic, not the one relating to the other 3
WhatsApp
messages.
Okay. It is not, Brigadier, because so the message before, can you send a date? That message is from you to him at 12:48, 47 seconds. You say, I do not have a list because it's not my environment. And at 12:49, 30 seconds, so at 12:49, 30 seconds, he says, can you send the date when the medical was conducted? So we know that there is no other communication between the 2 of you, between these WhatsApp messages. So it's not correct what you're saying, that it doesn't relate to that. If we work off your WhatsApp messages, there is no intervening call, there is no intervening WhatsApp message that indicates that this is a different conversation. In fact, within the minute of you saying it's not in my environment, within a minute, he says, give me the date. And so you know what date he's referring to.
Unfortunately, Commissioner, on this one, I also cannot follow the sequence. I don't know. It might be that on our call, when we discuss, it might be that we discuss 2 things that are relating to this matter. The one for Eastern Cape and this one of the doctor, because now it's COF. Here we are talking about the list, which is a name list. On the other hand, can you send me the date when the medical was conducted? It's a COF only that will have a date.
I don't know
so
that.
It might be 2 different things. Hence, I'm saying this conversation, it might be, we can break it into two. But I also cannot follow this conversation. I'm struggling to follow.
Yes, but Brigadier, remember unless now you want to tell us what your telephone call with Mr. Madlanga was, you have said to us you don't remember what the telephone call at, on the 27th at 11:26, you don't remember what it was. So we have to work with that. We have to work with you do not have a recollection what it is. We can't now, as you're sitting there, start making up what it might not have been with you attempting to give an explanation. We have only WhatsApp messages to try and figure out what could have been the conversation. What we know is there's a call, and that call is followed by you saying EC. We know that, right? And because there's nothing else, there's no other WhatsApp exchange about ballistic EC, we deduce, and I'm saying to you, it's reasonable to deduce that the ballistic EC must have come from your telephone call with him, because that's what happened on earlier at 11:26. You offer ballistic EC, it must come from your telephone call. And then, because anything else doesn't make sense, any other explanation would not make sense. And then he sends you a question mark. You know what that question mark means, because there's no telephone call between you after he sends the question mark. There's no call between the two of you. There's in fact you responding, saying outstanding biological monitoring. So you know what that question mark is asking you, and you could only know that from your earlier telephone call. And then he says, and then you say, you volunteer, I do not have a list because it's not from my environment. That's you volunteering. So we know this is not from your area, from what you say in the WhatsApp message. But a minute later, he says, send the date when the medical was conducted. And indeed, you send a date. And what I'm putting to you is, in the absence of an explanation, and all we have is working off these WhatsApp messages, it suggests that you got this information, you looked it up, because it's not in your area. You looked it up, it's not a different conversation, because those two messages are within a minute of each other. So we know it's the same, we must say it is the same, and you must have gotten this information from an area that doesn't belong to you. That's what I'm saying, that's what it looks like, and that I'm suggesting to you, that's in fact what it is. You went into the system, or you called somebody outside of your area and got this information so that you can give it to Mr. Madlanga. Thank you, Ms. Bob.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. Brigadier, if we can then move to the following day. Just for orientation, I think we'll look at the conversations until page 35. That seems like a good way to divide that day. So on the 3rd of March 2025, at 18:18, you call Mr. Madlanga. There's another call at 18:49 and another at 19:08. This is then followed at 19:10 by a picture of a Lancet invoice. In response, Mr. Madlanga sends an email from one James Murray, dealing with additional invoices. And then Mr. Madlanga follows that up with a message that says, James said he saw this already, and he even communicated with Lancet regarding this discrepancy. You then respond at 19:52 with, oh, perfect, and a emoji. I'm not going to attempt to say what that is.
It's a sharp.
It's a sharp. Oh,
right.
Oh.
Perfect.
Okay. Yes. At your statement, you explain this at paragraph 32. That's at page 8 of the statement. And you'll recall when you were going through your version, there was an exchange with the commissioners regarding this, and you explained that it was because the accounts for the Lancet invoices were in the accounts of members, whereas it ought to have been in the name of Medicare as the service provider. Do you want to add anything to that explanation that you gave?
I must just say on this one of the Lancet report, the members that I assisted, where I intervened that the account must be transferred to Medicare, and indeed they were transferred to Medicare. Those members that I assisted, they are very happy because now we still have some other accounts which are not yet, they will come in drips and pieces. As they come, then I forward them. So now, sorry, now we are sitting with a situation whereby the account is on the member's name and the pathologist are threatening to take legal action against the member. So this one, although I was assisting Mr. Madlanga, but it's a job well done because our members are very happy. There's no legal action that will be taken against our members.
Okay, thank you, Brigadier. You said now in your response that this issue still affects some other members. Did this communication then sort of take place on sort of official channels so that it could be remedied for all members?
It did take place on an official channel as and when we receive them. I will send an email to Medicare, then I'll also send Mr. Madlanga to say, look, we still have another challenge. Please make sure that you correct it. The problem with the email is that when you were sending them an email, they might even take weeks before they respond to your email. So some of the other things are very urgent and requires urgent intervention. Hence, most of the things I will send through WhatsApp.
And then this sort of intervention, does it qualify that it would have been brought to, say, the ECO's attention and then escalated to you, and that is why you were intervening?
That's correct.
Okay. Commissioners, I'm going to move to the next set of chats unless there are questions on this. Okay. So still on the same day, at 2013, you sent a text to Mr. Madlanga that just meant where you say my medication, and then Mr. Madlanga responds and says,
my Ozempic.
It's a medication, Commissioner.
Thank you.
yes, yes, Chair. And then Mr. Madlanga responds and says, it's hectic, pricey at 4,500 for 3, but I just gave Leandre. And then also says, I'll push him. You respond with a please and the praying hands emojis or this emoji. And that marks the end of that interaction. Can you explain what was happening here?
Here, it's Ozempic. It works in two ways. It assists with stabilizing your sugar levels, as well as weight loss. So normally you will struggle to get it from the chemist. So they had a chemist that they were buying Ozempic, and I then requested him as a boyfriend to say, can I have my Ozempic? And
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I get perfect notes from every meeting. I click this toggle to send my AI note taker to my meetings, even if I can't attend. My AI note taker records the entire meeting and creates a full transcript. After the meeting, I get a doc with the recording, takeaways, and even the action items. AI turns these action items into tasks so we actually get things done. ClickUp makes work easy, from personal projects to running a multi-billion-dollar company. Click the link below to create your workspace for free.
Amount is indicated 4,500 rand
for 3 pence.
for 3.
Yes, for 3 pence.
In your response, you say that they had a chemist. What do you mean by that?
No, I say it's very difficult to get hold of Ozempic.
Okay.
Yeah, from their side, I don't know, they were getting it from a certain chemist,
When you say their side, who's they?
Madlanga.
Oh, him.
Or Medicare, let me say
Oh,
Medicare.
Medicare.
Yes.
Okay, so you were asking him to get it through his sort of Medicare Connect.
Yes.
Okay. And you said that you were asking him as a boyfriend.
As a boyfriend, yes.
Was it because you had a prescription for it that couldn't be filled at a pharmacy, or there was no prescription, rather that you were just engaging
No,
him as a
I had a
boyfriend?
prescription of Ozempic, and I was struggling to get Ozempic.
All right, so you provided him with the prescription to get the medication for you.
Can I comment something on the Ozempic part?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to say, as I have indicated, that the Ozempic, you can also use it for weight loss. At least I was doing it the normal way. I did not go for BBL. Like others did BBLs.
Brigadier, do you want to explain what the relevance of that is? When you say that at least you were using that and not and didn't go for BBL, what is the relevance of that before this commission?
Yeah, I'm just explaining because I was told that Ozempic will go hand in hand with BBL. And those that I'm seeing at work who did the BBL, they also use Ozempic. So for me, from my boyfriend, I only ask for Ozempic, unlike those that ask for BBL.
I've just
Are
been
you-
cautioned by Commissioner Kumalo not to mention what BBL stands for.
Yes, yes.
In fairness, Chair, the Brazilian butt lift, for those who don't know, if we're mentioning all of these names, it's mention all of these medical terms. I suppose my difficulty, Brigadier, is that you seem to be wanting to imply something to the commission, or I might be reading into what you're saying. Because you're saying, I only asked my boyfriend for Ozempic, while others have asked for BBLs. Can you be direct with this commission, whether you're trying to tell us something or nothing at all, and then we can move past the BBL part of it?
No, I'm just talking about Ozempic and BBL.
Is BBL too expensive, perhaps? So what you are saying is you ask for something that costs only 4,500 rand for 3.
I think if I will have asked him for BBL, he was going to finance it. I don't think you will have a problem in financing the BBL.
But is it more expensive than the
Yeah,
Ozempic?
Commissioner, you must budget around 70, 80,000 for
All right.
BBL.
All right. Now I get the significance of the distinction you are seeking to draw. All right.
Brigadier, is Chair right that the distinction you're seeking to draw is that you are asking for something cheap? Okay, or affordable rather, let me not say cheap.
Yes.
Brigadier, is it not also that you are indirectly responding to an allegation that was made in another forum? Why are you mentioning BBL in the context of this conversation?
I am indirectly responding to that. And the social media post that I saw yesterday when I was reading on Madlanga, when it was said, she's the one with the BBL. So I'm just saying, no, I did not get the BBL. But they know there's someone who got the BBL in SAPS. Hence those comments. Now they are trying to put the face to this BBL person. So it's not this one.
But you know who it is.
I'm under oath.
Yes, Ms. Bowe.
So can I just, Brigadier, you say they had a pharmacy where they got it. So what you're telling us is, or at least my understanding, is that Mr. Matala and whatever contact he was using here, who says it's pricey at 4,005, they had a particular chemist which supplied them with Ozempic when they wanted it.
I think, I think so, Commissioner.
Okay. And you've agreed that it is a prescription drug.
Yes. And I had a prescription with me.
You had a prescription.
Yes.
You would be able to give Ms. Bowe the details of that prescription. And let me tell you why I'm asking. It's because when I read these messages, they raised a concern that here you have a police officer, being you, who is in fact not only looking the other way, but in fact like instigating a civilian to do something that the law doesn't allow, to get prescription medication without a prescription, right? That was my concern on reading these. You have upfront said you had a prescription, and I want to ask that you provide Ms. Bowe with the particulars of that, in whatever form, but you would have sent it to Mr. Matala somehow, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure someone has got a record. Whoever wrote you that prescription would have a record that they've prescribed it to you. And it is important because you're under oath and we've been giving you a hard time, saying to you, it's improbable, we don't believe this and that and that. I want to say you were being untruthful about it if you say you had a prescription, but I would like to verify, to be able to say she did provide us with something close to evidence that shows that indeed she had a prescription. Because if you didn't have a prescription, as I've already said, we would have to comment about the conduct of a police officer where someone is breaking the law and they are part of it and they do nothing about it.
Okay. No, I'll go and check, Commissioner. I'm not sure if this one, because I gave it to them, I'm not sure if they still have it. But I know on the other, following this one, I also have prescription.
Okay.
Where I bought it in another chemist. I'll just check.
I think if you can't find this one, the proof of subsequent one will give us context about this. That's fine.
We'll do that.
Thank you.
Brigadier, is Leandre somebody within the SEPs? Just look at the second WhatsApp, the one that mentions the price.
What I'm suspecting on the second message, I think when I said my Ozempic, he communicated with Mike. That's what I'm suspecting. Perhaps he communicated with Mike, and Mike says it's hectic, pricey. He gave it to Leandre. I don't know who's Leandre.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a forwarded message because from my side it was showing it was forwarded.
But on the face of it, that forwarded message seems to suggest that they were involved in the activity of getting Ozempic for people and supplying it to people. I'm not saying you know that, but I'm saying this message suggests that where he says, I just gave Leandre his today. So whoever wrote this message seems to have been involved in the activity of procuring and supplying Ozempic for people, which without, as we've agreed, without a prescription, they are breaking the law. You're nodding. Say yes for the record, please.
Yes, Commissioner.
All right, thank you.
Brigadier, just to complete this, that the price of it would have then been covered by Mr. Madlanga as your boyfriend, or is it Medicare?
The what? Sorry.
The price. Remember, in your response, you indicated that you meant Medicare had a relationship with the farmers and they could get the medication. You suspect that it's Mr. Van Wyk who responds and says it's priced, it's 4,500. I'm just asking that, would this then be covered by Mr. Madlanga as your boyfriend or Medicare?
That will be him as a boyfriend.
Okay, thank you. Then, Brigadier, now we move to the following day. There is one, you call Mr. Madlanga at 8:14 and he returns a call at 8:19. You then say to him, please call, I want to test my phone, and then he gives you a call at 9:38. Was there something wrong with your phone on that day?
I remember we spoke about the WhatsApp. When someone was calling me, it was saying waiting for others. So I wanted to test if it's still showing the waiting for others.
All right, thank you. We're going to move to the voice note that you then say to Mr. Madlanga at 10:12. I'm just going to ask that we play that. And while we are going to play it, this is addressed at paragraph 33 of your statement.
Re tsena meeting hona banong nkarabe ke khono itse re direction e go bolellang ka yona go meeting inkisa ka.
Brigadier, can you, should we replay it? Yes, please, can we replay it?
Re tsena meeting hona banong nkarabe ke khono itse re direction e go bolellang ka yona go meeting inkisa ka.
Brigadier, can you explain to the Commission what you were saying in that voice note? Perhaps just a translation of what you said before you deal with your explanation.
Just what? Sorry?
A translation of what you said on the voice note before you deal with the explanation, because I saw you looking on the date.
I was saying I'm going to attend a meeting. He must just tell me so that I know what direction will I be discussing in the meeting. It's a direct. Direct translation.
Direct translation. And in your explanation, you say that in the meeting, there was going to be a discussion about outstanding authorizations, and you wanted clarity from him because there were outstanding authorizations, right?
That's correct.
Can you explain what you mean by this when you say there was going to be a meeting where we're discussing outstanding authorizations? So as I was asking him to give you an update essentially on them. Is that what you were asking him?
Okay, on that day, we were going to have a meeting between myself and my supervisor, General Manamela, and then we had Brigadier Daku, we have Colonel Mogadi. The purpose of the meeting was to discuss the outstanding authorizations as well as the outstanding COF. This meeting, it was in preparation to the meeting that we were going to attend at Medicare. Now, when we spoke, there were outstanding medicals which needed to be conducted. Now, he promised that he will do it during the week, and when I say we are going to the meeting, I wanted confirmation to say, okay, this authorization, I will be facilitating them on this day so that I can report back in the meeting.
Brigadier, I guess my difficulty is when you listen to the voice note, it almost sounds as if you're saying, give me the direction so that I know what I'll be talking to, as opposed to saying, give me the date by which you're going to facilitate these authorizations.
Isn't there a part that even says in Kisakai, where it's taking me?
Yes.
Just please respond to the question with...
It's a date. I will have report to say on 300 authorizations that we have, 10 will be conducted next week. 35 will be conducted whenever. Then we will have so many outstanding from the 300 that we had.
My question is rather that what it sounds like you're asking is for a position to advance at the meeting, as opposed to, in your statement, it's very clear that you were seeking from him the dates on which he would facilitate authorizations, whereas in the voice note, it sounds as if you're asking him for a position that you would advance so that you understand where that position is going to take you.
Sort of give me the direction where all of this is taking me, which is the Inkisakai, where it's taking me.
I agree, and that's the explanation that I'm giving. Because sometimes it's very much difficult to translate Sesotho to English, or to translate a lingo to English. It will not sound the same.
So are you saying...
Inkisa ke reporter ona le bokae. Next week, how many are you going to be conducted? Because we were consolidating the outstanding authorizations. And it can be confirmed by my boss, nothing else.
I guess from listening to it, one would have expected you to say, like, odietsa ning dilo tsela, odifetsa ning, because it implies. It suggests that you want a date by which you're going to do something, whereas this sounds like something else. But nevertheless, if you say that there's something we can get from your boss, then we can get that.
Perhaps let's play it one last time, just one last time.
re tsena meeting hona banong nkarabe ke kgone ho itse hore direction e ko bolelelang ka yona ko meeting e nkisa kae.
Same response,
Well,
Commissioner.
starting, just give us a direct translation of this. I heard it and I have my own ideas about what it says, but I know even in my language, Xhosa, people when they want to duck and dive will say, "Is Xhosa stolikwa?" So you did say something similar, but I just want you to please give us a direct translation of what you are saying here.
Maybe can someone who's objective translate it for me? I'm thinking maybe I'm translating it to suit my narrative. So can someone who's objective just translate?
Don't interpret, just direct translation. Don't interpret.
I'm going to attend a meeting now. Please give me a direction that I will be talking to.
Not more that what you are telling me will take me.
What you are?
You, Mr. Madlanga, are telling me will take me to. Isn't that more what you are saying?
If is that the case, we're talking about the outstanding authorization. If he tells me that next week I'm going to conduct those authorization, then I will report as such to say this outstanding authorization, the medical surveillance will be conducted next week.
So you, sorry, Brigadier, you were going to be Mr. Matlalaga's spokesperson at an internal subs meeting. You were going to speak on his behalf.
No, I was not going to speak on his behalf. When we have outstanding authorizations, they need to indicate when are they going to conduct medicals for those outstanding authorizations. And these were the long outstanding authorizations that we've been complaining about in the meeting. If Mr. Madlanga was going to say, I will not do them now, I will do them in August, then the feedback in the meeting, I will say, Medicare indicated that these authorizations will not be conducted now, they will conduct them in feedback. As and when we get authorization, we will be requested to give feedback. Why are the authorizations not facilitated? When are they going to facilitate this authorization? And the only way for you to give feedback is when you get feedback from the service provider.
I seem to recall that yesterday we played, or the evidence leaders played a video for us, which had an audio. And it was an internal subs meeting, a similar meeting, where the person in charge, I can't recall if it was General Nkua or somebody else, said, I do not want to hear this from internal subs people. I want the service provider to tell us why these things are still outstanding.
Yes.
That's why I'm asking this question. So my understanding was based on that in this internal subs meetings, the service provider should have sent a letter explaining all these things. Now, what you seem to be doing in this call is you are asking Mr. Madlanga to give you direction so that you can speak on his behalf at the meeting.
It's not the same thing, Commissioner. On the audio of yesterday, Medicare was part of the meeting, including subs people. So when she was saying subs people must not say anything, then Medicare will talk for themselves. But on this one, it was only us in subs, whereby we were discussing the outstanding authorizations. Why are they delaying? When are they going to be conducted? Hence, I wanted to know from him. He must give me a direction. When is he going to conduct those medicals so that I can include it?
Thank you.
Commissioner Balo, yes. Oh, not anymore. Brigadier, then after that, at 10:13, it seems that Mr. Matala then tried to call you 10:13 and 10:14. And then you send a voice note to him at 10:36. So we're just going to play that quickly.
Le tla dlala le mejolo mo ya rena.
A lot of things are. I think
Chair, it doesn't seem to be the right one. Maybe because we load the multimedia on a different computer altogether, there may have been a problem in the transferring process. It doesn't seem to be fully transferred onto the memory stick. So I'm going to ask that we park that and then we'll return to it while we try to re-download a better version.
Or please continue then, Ms. Bo.
All right.
Is it not the one that I was saying? Send me the confirmation of email for the change of the Lancet report.
Yes,
That one?
it was.
Oh, I remember.
Brigadier, just because we can't play that clip, I'm just going to move to the following interaction and then we'll circle back to it later. So at page 39, so we move to the 6th. We'll get back to the 4th later.
Okay.
On the 6th of March 2025 at 18:25, Mr. Matlala texts you, "Who is this general?" You respond at 18:26, "Motsepe from Detective Services, heading General Investigations." Before we move to the next clip, because it's a different topic altogether, can you explain what was happening with this interaction?
It was General Motsepe's birthday, and I put her photo on I downloaded her photo on my WhatsApp status to say, "Happy birthday, General." And he asked me, "Who is this general?" And I said, "General Motsepe from Detective Services."
So he was asking purely out of interest of seeing her there? And
Because I said, "Happy birthday, General."
all right, so you understood him to want to know who is
general?
it, and then why do you add her, I guess, her job description?
I don't know. I'm just explaining. It's General Motsepe from Detective Services, heading General Investigation. Just an innocent message that I'm relaying. Who is this one? That's it.
Okay. But you can understand in the context of him asking you for contact information of various people within the service that we need to ask if there's anything more. Because you don't say it's General Motsepe, my friend, or, my colleague. You say General Motsepe from Detective Services, heading General Investigations.
Yes. Because I know he knows a lot of generals in the police. Then he can say, "Oh, that one," if he knows her.
Oh,
Yeah.
from her position. Okay.
Brigadier, are you friends with General Motsepe?
No, we are not friends. What is that other fancy word that was used yesterday?
Acquaintance.
Acquaintance.
So so I imagine you have other acquaintances at work, right?
Yes, yes.
And is that something that you do ordinarily, that if it's a birthday of an acquaintance at work, you change your WhatsApp profile picture?
Not profile picture, status.
Okay.
WhatsApp status to say, happy birthday, so and so.
So you do that with all your work acquaintances?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Commissioner.
All right.
I'm going to move to the next message that you then send a voice note. Just going to try and play that.
Wa uhlabo wamanga nake bolela le JK a re o nyaka o meta o available ka bosigo or Monday. Wa uhlabo wamanga nake bolela le JK a re o nyaka o meta o available ka bosigo or Monday.
Brigadier, can you just translate what you said in that voice note?
Why didn't you return my call? I was talking to JK. He says he wants to meet you.
And then you further indicated days.
Sorry?
You indicate the days
Did I?
that, yes.
I did not get that.
You said tomorrow. Kapshu.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
Yes.
Commissioner.
Okay. You deal with this voice note at paragraph 35. Chair, should we play it again, or I was trying to gauge from your face whether it was confusion or... at paragraph 35, which is at page 9 of your statement, and just to confirm, in your earlier testimony, you said that JK is General Pahlani,
That's correct.
okay? And then you explained in your statement that essentially you were telling Mr. Madlanga that you were on a call with General Pahlani discussing general life issues, and he then indicated his availability to meet Mr. Madlanga because they knew each other.
That's correct.
And therefore, because they had a pre-existing relationship from your social circles in Pretoria, and therefore you were just relaying the message. What is the nature of the relationship between Mr. Pahlani and Mr. Madlanga?
Acquaintances.
They are acquaintances. And you know this because?
I know this because sometimes when General Pahlani is looking for Mr. Madlanga and he can't get through him, he will either call me knowing that I will see Mr. Madlanga or I will relay the message.
Are you friends with General Pahlani?
I'm not friends with General Pahlani. He's my former boss. And I will call him or he will call me just to touch base
And
on life issues.
how does he know about then your relationship with Mr. Madlanga?
Because we met him, I think it was at an event while I was with Mr. Madlanga.
All right. Then you sent this voice note to Mr. Madlanga. Is there a reason why General Pahlani didn't contact Mr. Madlanga directly?
I assume that he contacted him and he could not find him. Hence, he requested me to relay the message. That's an assumption. I'm not 100% sure. But most of the time when he's looking for him and he can't get hold of him, then he will call me.
And so was this often that he would do this?
Not that often. Sometimes they'll have their own conversation, arrange their own meetings without me being involved.
Right. And you say that the person who initiates the meeting essentially is General Pahlani wanting to meet Mr. Madlanga. It wasn't the product of you facilitating a meeting between the two.
No, it's not me.
Brigadier, when you say General Pahlani is your former boss, in which position? You've given us a number of positions. I'm assuming you're not just saying because he was, I think, head of forensics at some point, or we know he was national commissioner, acting national commissioner. Is that the capacities in which you say he was your former boss?
He was my former boss while I was working in forensic. I think that was in just check. From 2010.
So, when you were the
Skills Development Facilitator of Division Forensic Services.
Okay.
He was the Divisional Commissioner of Division Forensic Services. Even in 2012, as a Brigadier, he was still he was still our Divisional Commissioner in Forensic.
In the performance of your duties in those positions, did you interact with him?
Yes.
And when you say, so we know from the date of the voice note, it's in March, sorry. It's in March 2025. So this would have been the first time that JK reaches out to you to say he wants to speak to Mr. Madlanga.
No. I think I don't know, it cannot be the first time. Cannot be the first time.
In your recollection?
They did meet several times, maybe because this, on the day that I'm responding to, is the downloads that were on Mr. Matlala's phone. I don't think it was the first time. Actually, I don't think. It's not the first time.
So they would, to your knowledge, before you sent this message, they would have seen each other or talked to each other before this date?
That's correct, Commissioner.
Okay. So then how do you explain what you say in paragraph 35, where you say, on the 6th of March, I received a call and we discussed from JK and we discussed general life issues. While we were on that call, he indicated that he's available to meet Mr. Madlanga to touch base since they have not seen each other long ago. That long ago there, you made me understand it to be that before this conversation on the 6th of March with you, they had not seen each other. That's why General Pahlani says to you they haven't seen each other long ago. And if your statement that I've just read is correct, is to remain as correct, then it means this was the beginning after a long time that they haven't had anything to do with each other.
Now, Commissioner, you were asking me what is long ago.
No, I'm not asking you what is long ago. I'm asking you to reconcile your saying before this voice call. You know that they have had interactions and they've been seeing each other before your voice call.
Interactions.
That's what you've said.
Interactions, I'm not sure, but meeting. Yes, I know they have met before this call.
Okay, so
It
when,
might be in January, it might be in December. Hence, I was saying, Commissioner, now I get an impression that you are asking me the immediately. Is it immediately now or?
no, leave immediately alone. It's somebody else's language, leave it alone. No, General, on a serious note, it's when I read your statement, and that's why I'm asking, when I read this part of your statement, I got the impression that before 6 March, General Patlane had not had anything to do with Mr. Matala. They hadn't seen each other. And you because of the use of long ago, I mean, it's very specific language, right? He says to you, I haven't seen Matala. It's a long while since I saw him. And, but then you now say, no, you know that they had been seeing each other.
That's correct,
So
Commissioner.
I wanted you to reconcile those two. So you're saying, to your knowledge, they may even have seen each other in December 2024.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Or a
But I'm
period.
not 100% sure.
Yeah,
but they
but-
might have seen each other either in January or 2024 in December, but definitely they have seen
To your
each other.
knowledge, yes, they would have seen each other.
Yes,
All right,
Commissioner.
thank you. Thank you, Brigadier.
And then this is followed by a series of calls. In particular, I just wanted to ask you about the 17th of March 2025.
Maybe before you do that, Ms. Bowe, on that same page, Brigadier, if you look at the very
39?
40. This is Mr. Madlanga responding to you, to your voice note. He says, tell him tomorrow, 1300 hours, same spot. So maybe it seems that confirms what you're saying, that
That's
in
correct.
fact they had been in touch with each other.
That's correct,
This tells us
Commissioner.
they've been meeting, in fact. All right, thank you.
If we can then turn to the 17th of March 2025 at 13:36 and then again at 13:46, Mr. Madlanga gives you a call. Ne? I just want to ask in relation if you have regard to page 91.
91?
Yeah, of the annexures. Just want to confirm something. You'll see there that the third payment of 100,000 is made on this day to the Osuzweni meat market. Yeah?
Yes.
And you have 2 calls there on that day with Mr. Madlanga. Do you recall if you discussed this payment?
You know, the WhatsApp, the way they are displayed, they are making it difficult for me to know if we have spoken. Maybe you can direct me if it shows that we have spoken or it was a missed call. Because I see later I'm responding to him to say, I'm in a meeting, I'm presenting. So I don't know if I have spoken to him here.
All right, so you suspect that it may have been missed calls rather?
Yeah, because I'm responding to say, I'm in a meeting, I'm presenting.
All right. And yesterday you indicated that beyond the calls you sometimes talk. Did he ever mention this third payment?
No, he didn't.
All right, thank you. Then the next interaction is on the 20th of March 2025, and there again,
My medication.
Yes, you make a request for your medication. Mr. Matala asks, where must they bring it? and then says work, question mark. He then calls, you respond by saying you're in a meeting, what time are they bringing it? He responds to say, let me know when you are ready, I'll send my driver to you, and then you send a location.
Yes.
And then at 11:17, you let him know that you are leaving. He then responds with a picture of the medication at 12:11. Then there was a call that he makes to you at 14:40. You call him back at 14:44. So this request was along the same lines as the earlier one.
Is that what, sorry?
Along the same lines as the earlier request.
That's correct?
And in this instance, too, it was still under the prescription you had given him, or had you provided him with a new one?
That's correct?
No. Which one is correct? That you had given him a new one, or that it was under the old one?
Which one is it? Sorry, I missed
prescription?
you.
Oh, I asked, in this instance, was it the same prescription that you had given him, or is this a new prescription?
It's the same prescription. It was the first time that I'm getting now my Ozempic.
Oh, so in that instance, the first time,
Yeah.
you never actually got it. And then this time you actually got it.
Thank you.
All right.
No, I think what she means is that it was delayed. So she had asked for it previously and she only got it now. So it's not that this is the second time. The first time she didn't get it, but she's getting it the second time.
Yes.
That's correct, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner Kumalo. Then let's then move to the next message that you sent to Mr. Madlanga on the 25th of March 2025 at 8:41. You send a message. I'm assuming this is a forwarded message, and it says, "Good morning, Ceci. I trust that you are well. Please check whether it is possible to move our engagement of today as arranged to tomorrow, same time maybe. I'm traveling to Joburg for urgent intervention, which may last into our scheduled time. Alternatively, to schedule today afternoon, preferably around 16:30, same venue. Please revert to me at your earliest convenience." This is a forwarded message. Oh, my apologies. Then the next message you say, "Please respond message from JK regarding today's meeting." Mr. Matala responds and says, "Okay, Diva." You then respond to Mr. Matala and ask when. He responds and says, "Done." And again,
New Hydro Boost Serum with 10% niacinamide. By Skin, you can glow now.
you ask him, or you say, "Can take a call," and he sends you a screenshot of what seems to be him confirming to JK, responding to JK.
That's correct. You see, now they are communicating directly without my intervention.
Yes, I see that. My interest is, if you look at the message that you forwarded to Mr. Madlanga, it's as if you are part of the engagement, if that makes sense, because he says, "Good morning, Ceci. I trust that you are well. Please check whether it is possible to move our engagement of today as arranged to tomorrow, same time maybe." Perhaps to start here, were you going to this meeting as well?
No.
So he was just reaching out to you because you sometimes facilitate their meetings.
That's correct.
And do you know the content of these meetings?
No, I don't know.
Have you attended any of the meetings?
Not even a single one.
All right, thank you.
So this is a meeting, this WhatsApp message is on the 25th of March, and it's a meeting that is being rescheduled for tomorrow. The last one that we looked at was on the 6th of March. Did that meeting of the 6th of March happen? You would know because they are talking through you.
Not always, Commissioner, that they're talking through me.
No, I'm not saying always. I'm specific.
6.
You are the one that is communicating. You're the go-between for the meeting of the 6th, or rather, for a meeting to be held on the 7th. The 6th WhatsApp is on page 40, if you're looking for that. And you are the go-between arranging a meeting, you're the go-between for a meeting to be held on the 7th of March. Did that meeting happen?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
You don't
Commissioner.
know? You didn't ask Mr. Madlanga?
No, I didn't.
Okay. And then the meeting on the 25th, it's a meeting to happen the following day, and it also says the same venue. So further evidence that they seem to be meeting more frequently than the long ago suggested. This meeting on the 25th, on the 26th rather, at 16:30, same venue, did it happen?
Did you ask a question, Commissioner?
Did the meeting happen on the 27th, on the 26th rather?
I'm not sure. Normally, I don't ask him about his meetings. I
But-
don't know. It might have happened. Even the one on the 6th, it might have happened. So I am not sure about that one, Commissioner.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised that you would not have asked, seeing that they've put you in the middle of this. When you're now with Mr. Matlala, you don't ask him, did your meeting happen? I'm surprised that you wouldn't ask. But perhaps a more important question is, they are in touch with each other quite clearly. As you show from that WhatsApp, what do you call it, screenshot. So we know that they are talking to each other, they have each other's numbers. If you are not part of their meetings, why would they be arranged, General Pahlani be talking to you on the 25th of March to forward a message or to actually rearrange a meeting with Mr. Matala as if you're General Pahlani's PA or something? Yeah, if you're not part of this and you know nothing about it. Why is that?
My explanation, Commissioner, will be sometimes when maybe he calls him or try to get hold of him and he's not available, then he will talk to me, knowing that either I'm going to see him or I'm going to talk to him, because me and Mr. Matlala, we will talk on a daily basis.
Thank you.
All right. Then, Brigadier, if we can then move to the next interaction. We'll skip the 26th because there's just a call, the 26th of March. On the 28th of March, 2025 at 10:30, Mr. Matlala sends you a picture and it's captioned Wedding of Metropolitan Executive Retabile Matolweni in December 2024, and then he says Lieutenant General Nkua at the back. Why was Mr. Matlala sending you this?
I don't know. But I think, I don't know, now I'm going to give my opinion, which might not be right. I don't know. You can see I did not respond. I did not say anything. So I don't know. But what I know, and his concerns, that I had when he was presenting in the ad hoc committee is when he was saying General Mkua attended a wedding of one of the executive of Metropolitan. And if it was he maybe attending, I don't know, it was just around the issues of service provider attending a wedding or a party of someone else, then it's a big deal.
So was Mr. Madlanga at that time trying to tell you that, sort of, look who I saw, General Nkua at...
No, he
at
was not there.
He was not there? Oh, he's
And
saying,
this was a forwarded picture also from his side.
Yeah. And you have never had any conversation that could contextualize this? I.e., it may not have happened on that day, but on a different day, that would require him one day to then say to you, to forward you a picture of General Nkua at this wedding.
You know, sometimes he'll send you pictures and I will not respond to the pictures because I don't understand why is he sending me this picture.
I mean, apart from the picture with what I think was outstanding invoices or something along those lines, most of the pictures in these conversations were work-related. Even the two pictures that we found earlier were work-related. The only other one is the picture of the Ozempic. So he doesn't say, at least from the chats that we have, doesn't seem to send a lot of pictures.
I don't know. On this one, I don't know.
Yes, the difficulty, it adds to sort of more exchange of information related to your colleagues.
Oh,
No, you
No.
disagree.
no, I don't agree.
And you never asked, even in person, when you saw him next, that, oh, you sent me this picture, and this would be your boss, General Nkua, or part of your supervisory chain. And you never took interest as to why.
You know, sometimes when you are sitting with your person, you don't discuss some of the things. You just want to catch up on yourself between the two of you. So I don't know about this picture.
You don't know about the picture and you didn't ask.
No, I didn't ask. I heard about it in the ad hoc committee when he was presenting.
And when he was presenting, it didn't trigger any memory of any kind of conversation you would have had?
No, because we've never discussed it.
All right. And then, on the 3rd of April, 2025, there is a text that Mr. Madlanga sends to you. Again, it looks like a forwarded text. You deal with it at paragraph 34 of your statement.
That's correct?
Sorry. I'm not going to read all of it, but in some, it looks like a message in relation to a service provider and the refusal to conduct medical surveillance. Yeah. And why was Mr. Madlanga sending you this?
He's sending me his concerns to say my people cannot facilitate the authorization, yet you guys are complaining to say I'm not performing. While I'm trying to facilitate the authorization, I'm told that some are refusing and saying the contract has been cancelled.
Where does he say all of this? I guess if you look at it,
Are we on page 46?
yes.
It says, Beauty received a call from Colonel Kobe, Beauty might be one of his service providers who was inquiring regarding the booking of 3 members whose authorization were issued for Limpopo, but turns out they are in GP and MP. He proceeded to inform Beauty that she does not need to continue with the booking them, as his office was informed by National Head Office to no longer send our office work as the contract is being cancelled.
Okay, so you explained that it's because Mr. Madlanga was explaining to you that you are complaining about non-performance, yet this is what's happening on the ground. I was asking, where does he say this? Because if you look at that message, it's just forwarded with no context.
Oh, I thought you were asking
No,
where
not-
does it say the contract is being cancelled?
No, I'm asking rather about when would you have had that conversation with Mr. Madlanga? Because if you look at that, after he forwards you this message on the 3rd of April, the next time you interact is the 18th of April. And we'll get to that.
There are visits in between. Not
Okay.
everything will be captured on WhatsApp.
So this occurred in a visit, right? What was he expecting of you?
Nothing. Nothing.
So
There's
he was
nothing
just-
that I can do. If people are refusing appointments, if people are refusing to commit to the appointments that are not in my environment, there's nothing that I can do.
And you don't believe that he was perhaps referring to the second paragraph, rather, which talks about the cancellation of the contract?
Referring to it in which way?
Whether he was asking you to assist with anything that's happening at the national office.
No, she never asked me, sorry, not she, he never asked me anything to assist with this contract.
So in this context, you are saying that it was just to share what was happening and nothing else? And did you take any steps once you saw
No,
this?
nothing.
All right, thank you. And then if we go to the 18th of April at 10:53, you write to Mr. Madlanga, "Good morning, Mr. V. Did you do that thing?" He responds, "I didn't receive it yet, but I'll send it soon as I get it. He won't disappoint me, don't stress." You respond and you say, "Thanks." Do you recall what this was in relation to?
My medication.
All right. And then on the 29th of April 2025 at 6:54, Mr. Madlanga deletes a message. You respond at 9:08 and say, "Morning, udelitile eng." Morning, what did you delete? And then Mr. Madlanga sends a pin, a location pin. Do you recall what that was about?
This location, me and Mr. Madlanga, we were supposed to meet, and he sent me this message because he was not around. He informed me that he went to KZN to meet the former Minister General Cele. You see, to show that we were in a relationship, you can't send someone a location of your whereabouts if you are not in a relationship. Here he sent me, he was in, can't you open it? He was in KZN, I think Beverly Hills Hotel, where he was going to meet General Cele. Isn't General Cele, former Minister Cele? Just wanna check. Can I check on my phone?
Sure.
If I did not delete it. Okay, now. Which date is this one? Yeah, there we go. He was at Beverly Hills Hotel. The location is showing like that.
He was at Beverly Hills Hotel in KZN, you say, to meet with Minister Kele.
That's what he told me.
Okay. And when did he tell you this? From the messages, it's just a location pin, and then he says, meeting with them, I'll call you. Can you see that on page 38 afterwards?
I can see that.
So is it that afterwards did he call and advise you, or?
It's either he told me personally when he comes back.
And did he tell you what the meeting was about?
No, he did not.
Did you ask him what the meeting was about?
No, I didn't.
Okay. And then let's go to the following day. Sorry, Brigadier, I'm just going to ask for a screenshot of the maps from our, not now, I'll come, but from our side, it's not linked. Let's go to the 10th of May. At 11:25, you send a message to Mr. Madlanga and say, "Morning, Mr. V, why are you not returning my calls?" He responds with a letter, which is contained at MTJ 8. And the letter is a response from Medicare 24 to what would have been a letter of demand sent to Medicare. So it's formal notice of breach and demand for compliance. So he then sends you Medicare's response. He follows that up. Oh no, that's the following day. On this day, you received this letter. What did you do? Sorry, on the 12th. You sent the message on the 10th, and he responds 2 days later with the letter. Do you see that?
He sent a letter when?
On the 12th.
Yes.
And then, did you have regard to that letter?
No, I just felt sorry. Just felt sorry for him.
No, I mean, so you did have regard?
MTJ 8.
Yes. It's at page 62 of the annexures.
TJ 8. Oh, this is the letter
my
that
apologies, 63.
for the breach and demand for compliance.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I said nothing on this letter.
So when
I
you
just read it and said nothing. It is his right to write a letter and inform them about the breach of contract.
Okay. And in that time, because you explained that sometimes there are visits, because if you see, it's 2 days between the time that you said, "Morning, why are you not returning my calls?" and when he sent the letter. Did you meet with Mr. Madlanga?
Definitely.
And would you have discussed these concerns that lead to this letter?
We also discussed the KZN trip and yeah.
Okay. You discussed the KZN trip.
Yes.
Earlier you said you didn't know what was discussed at the meeting, or you just mean the commute itself?
No, the context of the meeting, I don't know, but I know he's told me about the KZN trip. And I think on this day, he was supposed to meet former Minister Cele, and they never met. He say, I just decided that I am tired of people milking me out.
He was tired of people making him?
Milking.
Milking. What did you understand this to mean?
Money.
So was Mr. Matala telling you that he was previously, he had been milked? Because if you say you're tired of being milked, that you mean something had come.
It's a hearsay. Ke mabarevare.
Brigadier,
Ms. Boy,
you,
isn't the context that you were asking what she was told about the cancellation of a specific meeting? And then the response was in that context.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was asking about the letter itself and the cancellation of the contract. It's the witness who directed me to the fact that they discussed the meeting in Durban and that the meeting was cancelled because Mr. Matlala had indicated that he was tired of being milked. So that's the direction I went, because the witness gave us those answers, unless...
No, Ms. Bowe, you took me to advocate, you took me to between the 10 and the 12. And I say, I definitely saw him in between.
I don't dispute that, Brigadier. We got there. It doesn't matter how we got there.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, you have told this commission that in that meeting that happens between the 10th and the 12th, that Mr. Matlala informed you that the meeting with Minister Cele was cancelled because he was tired of...
It was not cancelled. He didn't go.
He didn't go.
According to him, Mavarevare, he did not go because he was tired of being milked out. That's what he said to me.
And did you understand that to mean that he had previously?
Yes, I did.
All right. Now, at this meeting, did you discuss this letter or the challenges he was facing?
No, it was already submitted and he's just forwarding it to me.
Sorry, I was just trying to locate the date for this letter. It doesn't seem like it has one.
MTJ8.
Excuse me?
No, I'm saying MTJ8.
Yes, it doesn't seem to be dated. My question was rather whether it was that whether you discussed the sending of this letter, because he then sends you the letter.
No, we did not discuss it.
So why does he send you the letter?
Just like forwarding. I wrote this. They gave me this. He will forward it to you. Whether
And-
you discuss or not discuss, he'll just forward them to you.
And so he didn't expect, what did he expect to be done?
Nothing.
And did you take any steps? Did you call him or anything?
No.
Or even engage him on the contents of the letter when you next meet?
No. I think this week I was seeing him almost every day. From the week of the 10th, I was seeing him almost every day.
And in
Yeah.
seeing him almost every day, he never discussed this letter? You never discussed this letter?
No, he was complaining about subs stealing some work, they're not giving him work, and normal complaints that I'm used to.
But there was not you think there was no expectation to do anything about
No,
it?
nothing.
Okay. Chair, I'm going to move to the next message. I was going to ask if we were proceeding until until 1:30, or am I to proceed until we finish?
Let's let's finish, and we'll then see whether to hear the application for a re-examination. Let's just finish, and
All
then
right.
we'll
Yes,
decide then.
I was going to say we are nearly there.
Yes, we are.
Then on the 13th of May at 12:21, Mr. Madlanga sent you a message to say, sorry, they canceled the contract. I didn't take that money. You respond with 2 crying face emojis. He then responds to you and says, that's bad, very bad. I've invested a lot of money here. Now it's gone, more than 30 million. He sends you 2 documents. One being a termination letter from SAPS. That's MTJ9 at page 66. And then at page 71 is a letter from Mr. Matlanga's lawyers responding to the National Commissioner's letter cancelling the contract.
That's correct.
And that's the end of that conversation. When Mr. Madlanga says to you, this is now on the 13th, sorry, they canceled the contract, I didn't take that money. What did this mean?
A day before, on the 12th, I was with him, and he was telling me about this other loan that he was taking, and I think it was about, I can't remember clearly, about 20 million. And he says he wanted to start afresh. He wanted to pay all his service providers and pay everything that he owes so that he can start on a clean slate. So when he says, I didn't take that money, yeah.
He meant the loan that you
meant
would
the
have
loan.
discussed.
Yeah.
And then you respond with 2 crying face emojis.
Yes.
What were you conveying to him, or why?
Said that they canceled the contract.
It's sad for who?
It's sad for him.
Okay. So you were saying, you were depicting, or what you're conveying to him is that it's sad for him. Was it sad for you?
It was.
Why?
Because that means we are going to struggle with the medical surveillance in the environment.
It was sad, so you were looking at it from your environment perspective.
Exactly.
That a cancellation of this nature would have
That
resulted.
it will also affect us, and it's affecting us now as we speak.
Yeah. Okay, then if we can go to...
Brigadier, you would have been sad for your partner as well, that they're cancelling such a big contract, because it means he's no longer making that money. You can admit that. There's no controversy about it. It's not controversial. He's your partner. And, you know, as you've told us, he was quite generous. We've seen here financially. But just from being your partner, I think that you can admit, surely. I think you agree with me. We'll take it as an agreement. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, because if you don't agree, I think I would take you to the letter. I think if you go to page 67 in particular. And
Please vocalize your agreement if you agree. Don't just laugh or smile, General.
No,
your agreement with the Commissioner Baloyi.
I know there's going to be a tricky question coming afterward. So
Otherwise-
I do not agree. I was set for the organization.
No, don't anticipate questions. Just respond to them honestly. And also bear in mind that if you don't agree with Commissioner Baloyi, then it brings you within the net of what I debated with you yesterday, which is that there is no relationship at all. So actually, the question by Commissioner Baloyi is favorable to you, or not?
No, it's not. What I've learned during these 2 days about Commissioner Baloyi, she will say something that you will agree on, knowing there's a direction that she wants to take. So I've learned that, and I'm saying no, it was not said for me. It was said because as an organization, we are going to struggle with the medicals.
Brigadier, I'm not that bad.
Brigadier, if you consider, let's test that. If you go to page 67,
67?
page 67 of the annexures. No? So this is MTJ 9, and there the National Commissioner lists the reasons for cancellation, which include misrepresentation and fronting, director resignation without disclosure, misrepresentation of franchisor relationship, the issues related to Mr. Madlanga and the pending charges, false representation of personnel and authority, irregularities in bidding documents, employment of unauthorized personnel, continued poor performance. So I'm not sure you can look at this and then feel sad for the employer if a contract that had this many issues is being cancelled. Do you want to comment?
You are putting me in a very difficult position, because now my comment again will be putting my job at risk. I am already yeah. No, I don't want to comment.
You don't want to comment?
No.
Okay.
But I agree with the letter the way it's written by my organization.
Brigadier, do you agree with the letter, or are you just saying it based on what you just said?
No, I do agree with it.
All right, Brigadier. And that concludes the chats that you had with Mr. Madlanga, because what we know now is the following day Mr. Madlanga was arrested. Right. Now, having regard to all of the chats, right? From my summation, what comes out is that there were at least 3 requests, being when you requested assistance when you got the attorney's letter, it was in relation to the car, and then it was in relation to the medication. So that's 3 sets of requests. We could say 4 on account of 2 separate requests related to medication, or a follow-up one when it wasn't delivered.
You say it's 3 requests. One
was when there was an attorney's letter,
okay,
right? And then there was another related to a car when it was being serviced. And then there are the requests related to medication.
Okay.
The majority of the correspondence relates largely to the contract. And as the chairperson had pointed out, there are very few terms of endearment that's used. There's almost no discussion.
Those only being terms of endearment in terms of what the Brigadier tells us. Otherwise, when you look at those, they are not objectively terms of endearment. The
Yes,
Brigadier says, my term of endearment for him is Mr. V.
Yes.
And the Brigadier also says his term of endearment for me is Diva. So objectively, those aren't necessarily terms of endearment. But according to what she explains to us, they are.
Yes.
Sorry for interrupting you.
I'll correct the statement to say very few, according to you. The ones that you have characterized as terms of endearment, they are very few. What we see in the majority of this discussion is the exchange of information related to the contract. A lot of them, you say, were not related to your environment. Then we have instances where Mr. Madlanga is asking for contact details related to other SAPS members. And then I think outside of the text about asking about General Motsepe, there's just that picture depicting the wedding where General Nkua was in attendance. So when you consider the body of the WhatsApp chats in this period, what it seems like is that Mr. Madlanga was sending to you problems related to the contract, and you were pushing his interests or trying to further his interests. Sometimes you did so against your own employer. And then we see payments, albeit you've denied that these payments have ever reached you. However, you must accept that you provided that account. And it appears as though the relationship was quid pro quo, where you helped him with his contract and his challenges, and he provided some gratification in the form of, I say, those 3 payments, alternatively some favors when you required. Do you care to comment on that?
I don't even know how to comment. I'm not sure if Mr. Sherinzi wants to comment. I'm not sure.
No, he will. Mr. Sherinzi will have his time.
Okay. No, I do not agree. Me and Mr. Madlanga, we were in a relationship, and I'm requesting the commission to go and do a further investigation to check if we were indeed in a relationship, but we were definitely in a relationship. And secondly, I do agree, I'm the one who requested the money, but I never received that money. And then thirdly, the communication or the documents that were being shared, it was not to advance Mr. Madlanga. If you check, some of them will have disadvantaging him, will have been disadvantaging him in terms of the claims and also moving accounts from members to the company Medicare. So I do not agree with your conclusion, Advocate.
I'm willing to accept that there was an instance where it could be deemed unfavorable, where it related to changing the invoices. But I do think it's still up for debate whether or not the one related to the 140, the list of 140, was favorable or unfavorable until we get that additional evidence. And Brigadier, I know you are saying that the Commission must do further investigations as to whether or not there was a relationship, but do you accept that in your statement where you're given an opportunity to address this, you have equally not given us any evidence but for you saying that you had a relationship with him?
I do agree. But from my side, I gave enough evidence to show that me and Mr. Madlanga, we were in a relationship. Furthermore, I will say who alleges must prove it. So from my side, I have proven my side. So the commission, because it's alleging that I did not have a relationship with Madlanga, then they need to prove it.
No, Brigadier, you allege that you have a relationship with
Yes.
Mr. Madlanga.
And I've proven it.
How?
I've proven it through the WhatsApp messages,
The WhatsApp messages were provided by the commission.
through the pet names indicated on the WhatsApp messages, as well as the money that he was giving me since 2019.
But the money that was described in these chats in particular, you say you didn't receive. Moreover, you say you didn't make alternative arrangements to get that money. And then you also tell us that you advocated for a different person to get the money even when you were desperate. So
I'm
you're
not-
essentially saying that none of those gifts or that money was for you.
I'm not talking about the monies from 2024. I'm talking about the monies from 2019 until 2021, which was extracted from his bank account.
But do you accept that what you have given us is an explanation of what's in the chat? You have not given us any evidence of your relationships. For example, people would provide a picture or something to show that, I was in a relationship with someone. But for your say-so.
I was never requested to bring them. If I was requested to bring them, I was
You
going
would.
to bring the pictures.
All right. Okay. Commissioners, that's all on my end, unless there are questions from the commissioners.
Brigadier, before we break for lunch, I know everybody is hungry, so we will try to make this quick. In your statement on page 11, can you please go there?
I'm there,
Are you there? Remember, this statement is in a form of an affidavit, and it says so on page 1. It starts by saying affidavit. You remember that?
Yes, Commissioner.
And then you say, I, Rachel Matjeng, state under oath in English, then you give your statement.
That's correct.
Yes. And then on page 12, the very last paragraph, it says, I know and understand the contents of this statement. I have no objection to taking the prescribed oath. I consider the prescribed oath to be binding on my conscience. I swear that the contents of this statement are true. Do you see that?
I see that, Commissioner.
And then you sign it on the 2nd of December, 2025.
That's correct, Commissioner.
Which is 2 months ago. Now, in paragraph 45.3 on page 11, you deal with monies owed by Mr. Madlanga to Madlanga.
That's correct.
And you say in your affidavit that the monies owed were plus minus 38,000. Do you see that?
It was a typo.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Yes. When did you first notice the typo? Because I take it you must have read your affidavit before you signed it.
Sometimes you'll miss some of the things, Commissioner.
Yes. Because this thing is important. I'm going to suggest to you that the reason why you want to change this amount from 38,000 to 338,000 is because you've now seen the Commission's bundle of documents. And you can see that in the bundle of documents, the money paid to Modiagi's butchery is 300,000. And if Mr. Madlanga only owed Modiagi 38,000, Modiagi would not have retained 300,000. All that money would have come to you. The reason you now want to change the contents of your affidavit, which you saw under oath that they were true and correct, is because that's the only way you can explain that discrepancy between the 38,000 and the 300,000.
The affidavit or the evidence from the commission that indicates 300,000, I only received it on Tuesday.
Yes.
By then, when did I meet with Mr. Ndlovu? I think it was last week, Friday. Then we agreed that we will do a supplementary document, a supplementary affidavit.
So you're
not-
saying you're not changing it because you saw the contents of the
No,
commission's
that
bundle?
one I got it on Tuesday. And I discussed with Mr. Ndlovu when we were going through this.
Yes. All right, thank you.
We'll take a shorter lunch break. Let's adjourn and resume at 14:30. Let's adjourn.